Good morning, football. Look alive, everybody. Roll that sodium out of the face. It's the day after Thanksgiving, and it's the day after 3 football games. Gluttonous day of football. We loved it. We are Good Morning Football, brought to you by Old Trapper Beef Jerky. As always, it's a Friday, November 28th. Jamie Erdahl here. Hoodie Friday, as always. Manti Te'o there. Rashad Jennings down there. And he has ditched the chef's cape. That's what I call an apron. Kyle Brandt there in New York. Kyle, it's a good hour. We got a guest. Yeah, just a hoodie Friday for KB. What do we got, KB, this hour?
Not just a hoodie, though. This is Rocky Balboa here. This is Sylvester Stallone. And why am I wearing it? Because right after the show, I'm on a train down to Philly, guys. I will be at Bears-Eagles to see if Caleb Williams can be the Clubber Lang and knock out Rocky. We got all kinds of things to talk about. And the games last night were really fun, Teo. We're going to get into it right now. It's the day after Thanksgiving. Everybody just pull up a chair in your sweatpants and let's rock and roll.
Welcome to Good Morning Football, presented by Old Trapper.
We're going to do this once, and we're going to do it right here on GMFB. We're going to go in order. Manti, Rashad, Kyle. The best thing you ate yesterday, mine was a crumble pumpkin pie. Manti, you go. You get one shot.
I would say my sister made this pork and beans dish that just happened to trickle over into my potato salad, and that little combination was good, but it was because of the pork and beans. There's like
Rashad.
Nice.
Yeah, that sounds good, man. Mine's is cranberry sauce. I can't have a Thanksgiving without cranberry sauce. Don't invite me if it ain't there. It was on my plate.
I love it. I had 3 Manhattans, and I had them in Manhattan. So they hit different when you have a Manhattan in Manhattan. You could have it anywhere in the world, dude, but when you have it in Manhattan, beautiful. The third was probably an irresponsible choice. It's 2 is not enough, 3 is too many. I got all the sodium out of my face this morning, but the alcohol is still there. I feel fine. I'm not hungover. Don't worry. Everybody drink responsibly. But it was a wonderful day. And you know what was the best part about it, honestly? The football. Really good football. Chiefs, Cowboys was, everyone was happy, and especially Cowboys fans who have now done some really impressive things we're going to get into. 6-5-1. The record is still weird. The final score is great, 31-28. The Chiefs at 500. Let's hear from both quarterbacks.
Top of where we've put ourselves right before these games, and just the place that we're in of having to get these wins against 2 elite teams. I mean, the 2 teams that played in the Super Bowl last year. Last year's last year, but you're talking about 2 organizations that obviously know how to win. And, yeah, I don't know if there's been 2 more impressive wins, but I can tell you right now that we're not going to just sit on some high because of that. We know we've got a big one coming again next week, and all this really does for us is just give us more confidence knowing that we can go play with whoever.
At the end of the day, you just gotta win every game now. I mean, and hope that's enough. So, I mean, we're gonna play a lot of good football teams coming up. And if we're gonna make the playoffs, we're gonna have to win them all. And that's gotta be the mindset when we step into the building when we get back.
As we said so many times before about this game, while the turkey was plentiful, the stakes were high, and they still are for the Chiefs after they dropped that game against the Cowboys. Manti, though, the Cowboys have won 3 straight since their Week 10 bye. They've experienced heartbreak and fulfillment and celebration and tragedy. It's all there for the Cowboys this season. And a couple weeks back, Manti, we saw a shot of their head coach hugging on the wide receivers after having benched them the first series of the game, and now everything is coming up CeeDee Lamb and George Pickens. How impressed were you by the pass catchers yesterday?
Jamie, I can't remember if I was watching the Cowboys or the LA Rams, because what the Cowboys have with George Pickens and CeeDee Lamb, it feels like that's what the Rams have with Puka and Devontae Adams. It was the same dynamic. They give you, as a defense, the same type of problems no matter what coverage you dial up. There's those 2 guys that you can't account for. And if by some miracle you account for them, they still have Jake Ferguson, and both teams still have running backs that have the last name Williams, Kyron Williams and Javonte Williams. So I'm just like, I'm sitting there eating some turkey, and I'm having these great ingredients that I'm just savoring, and I'm like, man, this is all great stuff. But just like Thanksgiving, these ingredients would just be ingredients if you didn't have a great chef in the kitchen. And Dak has been cooking, guys. The guy has been efficient. He's been making the right decisions. And so, again, it is looking scary for defenses that are going against this Dallas Cowboys offense because there is no coverage you can run against a team that has 2 wide receivers that catches everything, that can do a short game, that have the deep ball. And then if you happen to guard one, they're always going to go to the other, and Dak has been making the right decisions. So I really like what the Cowboys put on tape yesterday and the past couple of weeks on the offensive side of the ball.
Yeah, man, and if I come and tell you that Patrick Mahomes threw for 243 yards, 4 touchdowns, rushed for 30 yards, and he lost, it's kind of hard to swallow. I don't know what it is with Kansas City this year. I mean, they have the same kind of makeup with Andy Reid, Spaz, Kelsey himself, Patrick Mahomes, Kareem Hunt. Chris Jones and Trent McDuffie, the team is there, but this year the recipe of leaning on those close games and winning are not falling in their favor. And it's unfortunate because they're a good team, but I feel like right now it's just one of them things where you just don't want to tell the truth. And I've been in that situation, right? We've all been there where you tell somebody, hey, I'm on the way right now, but you haven't even brushed your teeth and got ready to leave the house. Or if somebody at Thanksgiving tells you, hey, how was the macaroni and cheese? What do? You just, yeah, it was great, even though maybe you didn't like it. And it's one of those things that right now I believe that the Kansas City Chiefs, the truth is, this might be the end of their dynasty, winning the AFC, obviously West, 9 consecutive years in a row. It's hard to do, but it's a lot of football left. Anything can happen, but it's not looking good right now, and I am shocked in November saying that.
Yeah, it's bizarre. We all just expect them to hit the turbo and start ripping off wins, and they just don't magic their way out of these games like they've done for years. They're 6-6. And maybe they will run the table. We've seen Aaron Rodgers do it. He famously said he would do it, and then he did it, and he got his Packers when he was in his MVP form. Set the Chiefs aside right now. Just set them aside, because the biggest story here is the Cowboys. The Cowboys, and the headline is, in back-to-back weeks, they have beaten the NFC champion and the AFC champion. That is incredible. I don't know how many times that's happened in the modern era where a team has gone back-to-back wins over the last 2 champions of the conference. And I guarantee it's never happened erasing a 21-point deficit. And then really in this game, I thought they looked like the best team from start to finish. I know there's a 3-point win, but they're up 10 with a few minutes left to play. I love this team. I love watching this team. They're fun. They're energetic. I've said this from start to finish. I've also said something else, my friends, and you will remember, especially you, Jamie and Manti, that back when they tied the Green Bay Packers 40-40 in Week 4, I said this is a good thing. Everyone's disgusted by a tie. This is so stupid. Why do we have ties, especially in sports? I said, hold up. Let me cook. This is going to be fascinating at the end of the year for the playoff scenario. Bring up the end. All right, so here we go. Because I'm looking right now at 2 separate ties that are going to play a large role in the next month of our life. Not both teams. It wasn't like the Packers tied some team that doesn't matter. So let's look over on the right. Cowboys 6-5-1, all right? 6-5-1 is 12 games. They have 5 games left. They may need to win them all. I don't know how this is going to go. The Packers also, who looked really good yesterday and got a win, they've got issues because look at the Bears at 8-3. The ties are going to be this twitching fly in the playoff ointment, and I knew it when it was 40-40, and I hope it's still going forward now. Just say this about the Cowboys. If they didn't start 3-5-1, we'd be so excited right now. They're cruising. They can win the Super Bowl. I still don't know if they're getting in the playoffs, and I think they're a top 5 team in the NFL right now. We don't do power rankings like Good Morning Football. They're in the top 5. I don't know where they are. I don't care. When you come off those 2 wins and you have the defense that's playing better and those weapons, top 5 team in the NFL. And it may not be enough. That's the very essence of what we call the come-running team, is that no one really wants to play them. No one wants them to get in the playoffs, and maybe they don't get in the playoffs. And so it's like we may have a top 5 NFL team that is not in the top 14 playoff teams. They may have to win out. The schedule's not, at Detroit next week, Detroit's going to be really desperate. You can tell I'm excited. I'm energetic. It's fun when the Cowboys are really mattering. And we're talking about them in the opening segment of the show, not because of their Netflix specials, not because of their content that they're making, not because of something Jerry said. We're not talking about Jerry at all here. We're talking about something the Cowboys did on the field, and that's how it should be, and that's how it is.
Kyle, to answer your question, the last time a team beat both the AFC and NFC champions was the 2016 Falcons, a Falcons team that ended up in the Super Bowl against the Patriots, and we all know how that went. I'm not even going to say the score. And secondly, Kyle, the tie was so heinous early on that none of us wanted to see it on the playoff picture, and now I feel like that's all I want to see. I want everybody to have a tie because it makes it more interesting and it makes it more complicated, and I just want to test how deep the tiebreakers go in the NFL rulebook. All that being said, the Cowboys, as Kyle mentioned, play the Lions next week, which makes us very interested in some of the unfortunate injuries that were happening on the